Mr. Chatterbox by Roger Hargreaves. Mr. Chatterbox was one of those people who simply couldn't stop talking. He used to talk to anybody and everybody about anything and everything, going on and on and on. And on and on and on. And on and on and on and on. And when he didn't have somebody else to talk to, he used to talk to himself. "Good morning, Mr. Chatterbox," he used to say to himself. "Good morning to you," he used to reply to himself. "Nice day, isn't it? Yes, it is for the time of the year." And so on, and on, and on. He lived in a box-shaped house in a village. Chatterbox Cottage. One morning, the postman arrived with a letter for him. "Hey-oh, morning, Mr. Chatterbox," said the postman. "Good morning to you, postman," replied Mr. Chatterbox. "Although, as I was saying to myself only yesterday, or it was the day before, I forget. However, it's not quite so much of a good morning in my opinion, but I might be wrong, although I know very often, as it was the other day, Monday I think it was, or perhaps it was Tuesday, but never mind, because it was quite a good morning. Don't you agree?" "Yes, of course you do, because that's what you said to me in the first place, and he went on and on and on all morning, and the poor person was late delivering all his letters. That afternoon, Mr. Chatterbox went to the hat shop in the village. "Hello, Miss Bella," he said to the man who owned the hat shop. "Do you think if it's possible that I could buy, if it's not too expensive, but I'm sure it won't be, a new hat? Because would you believe it? Yes, of course you would. But anyway, as I was saying, the present hat on one of my head, as you can see, is getting, how should I put it, a little too old. Because I've had it for, let me see now, it must be, let's think, 10 years. No, I tell a lie. It can't be that long, or can it? Well, yes, it might as well be. But on the other hand," and he went on and on and on all afternoon and half the night. Long after poor Mr. Bella should have shut up shop and gone home. Eventually, when Mr. Bowler managed to get a word in edgeways, or was it sideways, he promised to order the new hat from Mr. Chatterbox. Then he pushed Mr. Chatterbox out of his shop, still talking of course, and went home for his supper, which of course was cold because Mrs. Bowler had cooked it for him hours ago. While he ate, he thought. Exactly 1 week later, the new hat from Mr. Chatterbox arrived in a smart red hat box. The postman delivered it to Mr. Bowler's shop. "At last," said Mr. Bowler, breathing a sigh of relief. "I think this hat is going to be the answer to the problem of Mr. Chatterbox talking so much." "I wish it could be," said the postman. "But how can it?" "Because," replied Mr. Bowler, "this hat is a magic hat." "Oh," replied the postman, who didn't quite understand. That same afternoon, Mr. Bowler took the new hat round to Chatterbox Cottage. "Oh, goody!" said Mr. Chatterbox, seizing the hat and opening it. "It's my new hat, my lovely new hat. I couldn't wait for it to arrive. In fact, I got a bill this morning because, aren't I silly? I just knew, and I didn't know how, but I really knew, you know, and today would be the day. I don't know how I knew, but I knew, and here it is, and here's my new hat, and oh, isn't it beautiful? I can't wait to try it on, and I do, so I hope it suits me. Do you think it will?" "Yes, of course I do, and why don't you try it on?" said Mr. Bowler, grinning. "Try it on? Yes, of course I must try it on. How silly of me, I to stand here just chattering when I haven't even tried it on yet. Yes, I will absolutely definitely try it on straight away because, like I said, it's just silly to talk about trying it on, then not trying it on, so it isn't, and isn't so." And he took the hat out of the hat box and he put it on. It was a beautiful hat. "I say," he said, "I must say, I really must, that this hat, yes, really it is, to say the least, one of the better hats I've ever seen in my life, and in my life I must say I have seen some hats, and furthermore..." But while he was talking, a funny thing was happening. The more words that came out of Mr. Chatterbox's mouth, the larger his hat became. And the more Mr. Chatterbox talked, the more his hat grew, and grew. Mr. Chatterbox kept on talking, and the hat kept on growing. "I can't see anything," he said. "1 minute I was standing here looking at my new hat in the mirror, and now all of a sudden, without any warning, taking me on a race just like that..." The hat grew down to his feet, and Mr. Chatterbox stopped talking. And as soon as he stopped talking, the hat grew smaller and smaller until it was the same size as when he'd first tried it on. Mr. Bowler had gone and Mr. Chatterbox couldn't see him, and now he was walking back to his shop. "My special magic hat really works," he chuckled. The following day, Mr. Chatterbox was out for a walk when he met the postman in the village. "Hello, postman," he said. "I say, do you like my new hat? Have you ever seen such a fine hat? I'm sure you never have. What a hat, and..." But you know what's happening, don't you? The hat grew and grew and grew, the more Mr. Chatterbox talked. Now I know what Mr. Bowler meant by a magic hat, chuckled the postman. And he went on his way, leaving poor Mr. Chatterbox speechless. He thought, thinking, not talking, thinking. And you know something? That hat taught Mr. Chatterbox his lesson. And these days he doesn't talk half as much as he used to, or even a quarter as much. In short, he talks less. And you know the reason for that, don't you? Yes, of course you do. But keep it under your hat.
He always has too much to say at any time of any day. He'll even talk with no one there. He just keeps talking to thin air, Mr. Chatterbox. He just keeps talking, he's a chatterbox. Talking, always talking. Talking, always talking. Talk, chatter, 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 talking. He starts talking to himself. If he can find nobody else, he doesn't wait for your reply. He talks too much, you can't deny Mr. Chatterbox. He just keeps talking, he's a chatterbox. Talking, always talking. Talking, always talking. Talk, chatter, 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 talking. Talking, 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 night and day. He starts talking to himself. If he can find nobody else, he doesn't wait for your reply. He talks too much, you can't deny Mr. Chatterbox. He just keeps talking, he's a chatterbox. Talking, always talking. Talking, always talking. Talk, chatter, 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 talking. Talking, always talking. Talking, always talking. Talk, chatter, 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 talking. Talking, always talking. Talking, always talking. Talk, chatter, 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 talking. Talking, always talking.